my Jeep peeps? What up, my Gladiator gang? What up, my Mojave mates? What up, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since the last video, but if you'll remember, we were putting our house on the market on the 1st, and we did. And guess what, guys? We sold that thing in 4 days. So talk about rushing around. I mean, 4 days, $10,000 over ask. We couldn't have been more happier. The buyer bought most of our furniture with the whole purchase, so we didn't have a whole lot to move. So I'm coming at you from here, from the lake house that Rob has owned ever since we've been together. So we've been here a little over a week and a half, I think, week and a half. We finally got moved in. We're going to take the next year and a half and update, renovate, do a couple structural things, nothing major, but as you remember, in 2023, Rob and I are out. We're off to Costa Rica permanently. So we're going to take this time and get this house updated and up on the market, hopefully within a year. Guys, there's a lot of work that needs to be done here. I mean, a lot. You know, Rob's aunt used to live here, and sadly, she's up in age, and she just didn't maintain it. But that's okay, it happens. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. I also am starting a new channel on the renovation. It's going to be called From Shambles to Showplace. I'll let you know a little bit more of that. I've recorded my first video on that the other day, which is just the walkthrough of the house, the things that we plan to do with it. And I'll let everybody know. So if you want to go over there and support me, that would be awesome too. That's going to take place over, I guess I'm going to call it like my own show. It's going to be a series, you know, over the next year and a half. But anyways, I'm glad I'm back. But the reason for today, this is a good one, guys. It is the 1 year in review ownership. Can you believe that I have had Beast for 1 year? A little over 1 year, you know, with the move and everything, delayed everything. But I picked him up October 26th of 2020. And he was the first, well, in my area, first 2021 model. I did not want the 2020. I wanted the 2021. As you know, I custom ordered the Beast with everything that I wanted. I will say, though, the one thing that I wish I had gotten on this was the front trail cam, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. But anyway, so this is what this video is about. The things I love, the things I hate, the good, the bad, the ugly, the true Hollywood story, if you will, on owning a Jeep Gladiator Mojave. Hopefully this will help anybody that's looking for a Mojave, or give more information for us, for you Mojave owners. All right, so I guess let's get started with the things that I like or love about the Beast. Okay, well, number one is the color, of course. I love the Hydro Blue. It is eye-catching. Now, I will say, as you know, they've come out with the Gecko Green color, which I absolutely loved. I wanted to get that color, but it was not available, and when I ordered, so that was kind of disappointing. But I love that color. The only reason I wanted that color is because it does match our jet skis. They are the Kawasaki jet skis, and I thought that would have been a good match. I could always sometime down the road wrap the Beast, but I probably won't, just because, you know, I love the Hydro Blue. It is what it is. Okay, another thing, so the color, I love the color. The next thing that I love about this Mojave, guys, is the capability. The capability on this thing is no joke. Always surprises me. I hit up a few trails a couple weeks ago that my ass was literally eating the leather seats. It was pretty gnarly. Going up through the steep hills, down steep inclines, but you know what? The boy never let me down. And if you need a reminder of just how capable the Beast is, let's take a look at a few of these clips over the past year of the Beast.
Sorry, standing in ants.
right, guys, so there you go, you know, just capable. Again, he never lets me down. Another thing that I enjoy about the Mojave is the ride. The ride is comfortable. I've heard not a lot, but I've heard a few people within my groups, oh, it's so uncomfortable, the seats are uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what happened with yours, but my seats are great. You know, these are more of a snug fit because this is made for racing, so I don't have a problem with it. We've gone on long road trips. No issues with me, no issues with Rob or anybody else. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but I don't find the seats uncomfortable at all. Again, that's my opinion. I don't know about the other folk. What else do I love about this thing? I mean, what's not to, not love about it? A lot of times I hear that about this death wobble. I don't have that. Also, a rear axle leak. I know that's on the 2020 models, and I know it's on some of the 2021 models. You know, knock on wood, I don't have those issues. I've never had those problems. And here's what I say. I say if you've had well, first of all, you should never buy the first year edition of any vehicle. I don't care who you are. I've been taught that my whole life. My father's told me that. You know, everybody knows you never buy, but again, this is my opinion. You do whatever you want, but you never buy because it gives them a year to work out the kinks. Okay, of course, not everything's perfect in the 2021s, but those were the big issues. A lot of those issues were on the 2020 models. Death wobble, this, and that, and the other, and you know, I haven't experienced that. So if you're experiencing that, it's a couple of things. One, you got a lemon, or somebody built your car, probably a big football state. Well, Toledo, Ohio State was probably playing, and your car was made on the day they were playing, and those line workers could give two shits less about putting your Jeep together. How do I know this? Because Rob works for Mercedes, and you know here in Alabama, the Crimson Tide. Those folks putting these Mercedes together on a game day, forget it. You're lucky if you get a steering wheel in there. But anyways, that's again my opinion. So you either got it built on a game day where nobody was really paying attention and they were just kind of like, oh, okay, that goes there, or you got a lemon. I don't know, but again, these are just my opinions. But yeah, so I have not had any of those problems at all. And tracking, this thing tracks like a champ, man. I'll show you that in just a little later. But and this, people are going, oh, it's back and forth. Well, again, did you get a lemon? When was your bill? I don't have that problem. I can hold my finger on the steering wheel and it drives straight. So again, I haven't run into any of these problems. Knock on wood, okay? All right, guys, I'm just gonna kind of drive around a little bit just to kind of show you that I don't have all this back and forth on the steering wheel that everybody claims that they're having. Now, I'm on curvy roads, so of course, I mean, I can go back and forth just as much as anything on a regular car, but, you know, these people are talking about going like this. I ain't got any of that. I mean, just on the straightaway, here's my other hand. I mean, I'm not going back and forth all over the place with the steering wheel. I don't know what people are talking about, but then again, you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened with yours, but you know, and again, it's not everybody, but it's something that's been said on and some of my Jeep groups that, oh, there's so much back and forth on the steering wheel. Well, you can see anything more than just a car would do. So I'm not sure what's going on with them. You know, stays pretty good to me. They're, you know, I don't know what's going on with folks. You know, honestly, that's what I love about this thing. Those are my loves. I love the look. I love the stance. And you guys remember from day one when I picked Beast up in the showroom, he was just a little stock, just a little boy. But now he's a beast, man. He's a full grown, oh man, I just love him. But So those are my loves. Those are my loves. I just love it. I can't say enough. Now, let's get into some of the things that I do not like. And I know it's shocking, but there are some things, and I'm sure you current Mojave owners will agree with me. And for future ones, you know, listen up. Now, some of these may be a little rich people problems or a little bougie for you, but these are just things that I have, that I would like to see on the Mojaves. Again, when we're paying this kind of money, and I don't hide the fact, I paid $57,000 for my Mojave. Okay, and I got that a break because I knew the owner of the dealership. Nowadays, I see they've got a $15,000 markup. I've seen some guys in my group posting them for 80 grand. I got lucky. I bought it at the right time. So yeah, 57 grand is what I paid for Beast back in the day. All right, now let's go over some things that I don't like. And I'm sure a lot of you will agree with me. But anyways, let's start here at the hood scoop. It's non-functioning. People, make it functioning, okay? We see it now in the 392. It can be functioning. I'm sure I can make this functional. I just got to figure out a way, you know, if I'm going to go off-road in mud and I don't want to get any mud in there. But, yeah, so that's one thing you should make this a functioning hood scoop on that. What else? I got my little list here in case I forgot, so I'm going to break it out because you know I'm old and senile and I'll forget. All right, the other thing, so you have the auto down button, but you got no auto up. What the hell is that? Come on, people. I had an auto up button in my Dodge Challenger. You can't put one in a $60,000 truck? I know. Silly stuff. Again, this is silly stuff, but it's stuff I don't like. No power rear window. Are you kidding me? That's actually a kind of a pain in the ass. I will, if it's, on a day like this, it's beautiful, it's sunny, or if you're a little out there and it's a little chilly, but you need some air because you're burning up in the cabin, where's the button? I just want a little bit of air. Yeah, I can roll down the passenger window a little bit, but it would be kind of nice to be able to hit a button and the rear sliding window opens. Come on, guys. The money we're paying, throw us a bone here. I'm not really too concerned about the power seats. They don't come with power seats. I don't care really. That doesn't really bother me as much as no sliding rear window. Let's see. Coming to the back of the Jeep. Look at me. I'm a big boy. There's no step to get into the back. I'm fat. I'm old. There's nothing for me to grab on. I guess I could use that little cutout part by the light, but that's not enough to get my fat ass up there. I probably could buy a little aftermarket step. Okay, I'm just saying, if we're spending this kind of money up front, have that shit in there. Probably going to buy an aftermarket bumper to match this rough country. They got one out now, but still, I don't think it's going to solve my problem of no steps. So I just got to lug my fat ass up there, jump on the tailgate. Thank God that thing can hold 700 pounds because, whew. But yeah. Another thing. Now this is going to be bougie, but I can't help it. So back before I had my Challenger, Rob works for Mercedes-Benz. So I drove nothing but Mercedes. I know. Every 4 months, people, or 8,000 miles, Big Daddy here got a new one. So I drove all the models. No AMGs or anything like that. But I lived the life of luxury. Rain sensing wipers. Come on. Let's put them on there. I love that. I love that feature. I know it's silly and bougie, but you know what? I love it. When it starts to rain, they come on. When it stops, they go off. That's something that would be kind of cool to see on these Mojaves, but they probably won't do it. The next thing is a big issue with anybody that goes on the trail. There's no protection in between the fenders, and the body. Well, I got a solution. I haven't done it yet. Hold on. Let me grab it. All right. So, just get this rubber welting tubing off of eBay. Haven't done it yet. And you can just easily put this in between here. Because looking at mine right now, I got rocks in it. Just a little. But this will help protect any rocks and mud and crap getting in there, because you know I like the mud and I like the rocks. Again, I got this from my eBay. Trim lock rubber tubing. That's it, guys. Just cut it to fit, and that'll solve your problem. Okay, let's see what else is on my list. Not enough power. Yeah, it's got 285 horsepower. That's pretty good for a Jeep. I like a little more power. I think we all do. Let's hope to God, guys, that they bring out the 392 in the Gladiator. I'm sure they will. It'll probably be when my ass has already moved to Costa Rica, and then I'm going to be real pissed. But, I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It is not bad. But, you know, guys, when you start adding winches, you know, heavy bumpers, bigger tires, you know, you need a little more power. You need a little more power. It's not bad. It's not a make it or break it for anybody, but it could use a little more power. The hood latches, they should come standard with a locking hood latch. Again, I know there's all this aftermarket stuff. I'm just saying, right, when you buy it stock, stuff that for what we're paying for stock, this is what should be on there. So a locking, you know, you never know when you're out and about. Someone could get up into your hood and fuck around with it. We don't want anything. What else? I think that's pretty much it, guys. I dig the interior. I don't have really any problems with the interior, the way it looks. I think the buttons are all in the right spot. I do recommend, if you're looking to get the Mojave, you haven't get the auxiliary package. That's really nice to have. You get the 4 auxiliary buttons, so you can hook up lights, anything that you want to, and you'll have those auxiliary switches there. I had mentioned earlier, the one thing that I did not get that I kind of regret now, only because I've been hitting a lot of trails lately, is the front trail cam. Because I'll tell you what, when you get up on these ruts and stuff and you got to stay in line, it would be nice to actually see, you know, what I'm looking at. But I didn't get it. I know there's an aftermarket one you can get. Who knows, maybe down the road. But yeah, that's one thing I regret not getting on this. But other than that, you know, if you're blind as a bat like me at night, get the high density lights. Now you will get flashed. People, I hear it all the time on my Jeep groups. Wow, are people flashing their high beams at you? Yes, because these bitches is bright. They are bright. And you know what? I paid $57,000 for these lights. I can't see at night. Sorry that it's blinding you. It's a good thing I don't turn my light bar on, because that'll blind you even more. But yes, these are extremely bright headlights. But I love them because I can't see. I'm telling you, I cannot see shit at night. So that's another thing that you'll probably run into. You can get the stock, you know, the basic headlights, but I went with the whole, you know, come on, this was my 50th birthday present to myself, so I went all out. So I got all the upgrades for the most part. I got about 90% of what you can get on here, but and that's it, guys. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. So a couple videos ago, you know, I had mentioned I'm still waiting for my hinging system for the Freedom panels. You know, I ordered that at the Jeep Invasion. Oh God, when was I there? August? I don't know. I think it's coming in December, but it's the three panel hinging system for the Freedom panel. So it's all, there's no bolting, apparently. And so you have 2 panels that sit on your Freedom panels, and then you have one large panel that sits on the back, on the big roof. And it's all held with 3M tape, because I believe that's what Jeep uses when they're, you know, taping shit down. But what this will allow is that instead of having to take them off and on and off and on, and here in Alabama, one day it's, you know, 80 degrees and sunny, and then within 5 minutes it's a hurricane coming at you, or a tornado. So instead of having to stop, you know, get them out of your bag, put them back on, this is a hinging system where they will fold up, and they do it individually. It was really cool. They're not inexpensive. They were like $400. I think I got a show price of $200, but still. And yet, still haven't got those. When I get those, do a quick little video on that. They're supposed to be trail rated. They're not supposed to bounce. So what they do is, like I said, they flip back, and then they latch on to the big plate that's on stuck onto the big part of the roof. we'll see. Again, I haven't gotten them yet, so I don't know. Another thing that a lot of guys are doing, and I'll put the link in, you know, putting lights in the hood scoop. I do have some lights I ordered off Amazon. Just the amber lights. Don't get blue, guys. I made the mistake of getting blue. You can't use them. Now, I have not installed these yet, but I am going to put the 3 amber lights in here. And there is a tutorial on how to do it. I'll put it in the description below. Somebody in the Jeep forum put it in there. I thought that was kind of nice of them to do that. Doesn't look like a hard install, but you know, I say it in most every video. You know, I'm not mechanically inclined, and of course now we're dealing with some wiring, so I'll probably get my buddy Aaron over to kind of help me with that. It doesn't, I mean, if I knew exactly what I was doing, it probably wouldn't be a hard install at all. I just want somebody around that's kind of experienced in this stuff to show me. So, and no, I'm not trying to look like the Ford Raptor. Nobody is. It's really a cool look. If you look it up, man, a lot of people are putting it on their Jeeps. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I got the amber lights for that. So that's about it, guys. Now, bottom line, would I recommend this Gladiator Mojave? Abso-freaking-lutely. Please, if you are looking, if you're deciding between the Rubicon and the Mojave, Mojave hands down. Not saying that there's anything wrong. The Mojave is just as capable, if not a little bit more, than the Rubicon. These are my opinions, okay? I have not driven a Rubicon. This is what I hear in the forums and my Jeep groups and stuff like that. The Rubicon, great. Of course, it's Gladiator, so it's great. You know, it's more of a rock crawler. But come on, guys. You've seen the clips. You've seen my other videos. The Beast can handle anything that the Rubicon can. Now, the Rubicon can't race on sand. Well, guess what? The Mojave can. It's built that way. So that's the difference there. Yes, I would absolutely recommend this vehicle to anyone that's looking. Do your research. I researched for a long time, you know. Okay, compare the Rubicon. Go drive the Rubicon. Go drive the Mojave and see, you know, which one. It just depends. It's your opinion. It's your money. You spend it however you want to. I'm trying to think if I missed anything for you guys. The interior's great, like I said. I got the leather on that because I wanted it. Again, I custom ordered this. You can get the cloth, ain't nothing wrong with that. Storage is good under the seats. That's great. What else? Now, my tonneau cover that I got, and you should see in past videos, it's the Rough Country. It doesn't fold it all the way up to the top, up to the very front of the cab. It's okay, I don't care. That's the way I wanted it. People are like, oh, you can't really haul anything. Yeah, shit, I've hauled toilets. I don't care if I had wood sticking out. That's what that little tailgate, you know, you can adjust your tailgate on that. That's what that's for. I am in love with this truck, Jeep. Beast, he is my boy. I love him. He has never let me down. We have had a great time hitting these trails, hitting the mud. Now, you know, I have put the AEV lift on there. I stuck with the 35-inch tires. Going back to the lift real quick. So I know there's a lot of guys in the group. Oh, did you put the Geo brackets on? I did not. You can. Supposedly it's supposed to make the ride more comfortable. I don't know. Mine, guys, he drives like a champ before the lift, and he still drives like and rides like a champ after the lift. I didn't put the Geo brackets on there. I just put the spacer lift on there. That's it. I didn't do anything else fancy. I didn't change out the track bar. I didn't do anything like that. I love it, you know, and I have the option to go to 37s when the time comes. You know, these still, you know, I work from home. I don't drive a lot, although, you know, I'm not sure if anybody knew this, but I actually am leasing the Beast right now. It was just a lot cheaper for me right now, and then I'll decide. My plan is to buy it and ship it to Costa Rica. And I work from home, so I don't put a whole lot of mileage on it, I thought, until I went over my mileage this year, but that's okay because I'm going to, you know, if I buy it. But yeah, so until these are wore out, I'm going to keep with them. And then I have the option, because of the spacer lift, to put 37s on with no issues. You know, I know a lot of guys have 37s on there. I got a buddy that's got 37s. He can't go on the trails because it rubs. You know, whatever. So that's it, guys. Bottom line, highly recommend the Jeep Gladiator Mojave. This thing, I haven't had any problems with it in the year. I haven't had the rear axle crap. I haven't had the death wobble. I haven't had this, oh, I got a kid. No, I haven't had any of that shit. I don't know where yours was, when it was built, or what happened. I got lucky. You know, I say that, I probably just jinxed myself. But this boy has not let me down in the last year. No problems whatsoever with the beast. So that's it, guys. That is the year in review. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more stuff coming up. Again, I've got the other channel coming, from shambles to showplace, a lake home renovation. Maybe, hopefully you'll follow me on that. Like, comment below if you have any comments or any ideas or anything. I mean, I don't know what else I'm going to do with this, guys, you know. Again, probably a new rear bumper to match the front by Rough Country. We got the hinging system coming. I got to do the light install. And I don't know. I don't know what else. You know, I know there's a million and one things you can do. Oh, I will tell you though, I take that back. There is one slight issue that I do have with Beast. And I think, and I've heard a lot of people have mentioned this too. I've got a creaking in my steering column, and then when we do the, you know, we're going to go out on the road and just kind of, maybe you'll hear it when we're doing our, when I show you how it tracks and everything. But yeah, I got a creaking in my steering wheel, steering column. But what did one of my friends says, if it squeaks and creaks, it must be a Jeep. So it's a Jeep thing. I've heard a couple people say it. I haven't gotten it addressed yet. I probably will before we move or before I ship it to Costa Rica. But, you know, it seems to happen for a while, and then I'll hit a trail, and it does it, you know, of course, on the trail when I'm going over rocks and stuff. And then for a few days, it'll go away, and then it comes back. Who knows? It's a Jeep thing, people. It's a Jeep thing. But, yeah, so that's it, guys. That's my 1 year in review. Definitely, if you're looking for a Mojave, get it. Get it, okay? I know they're expensive. I know you're going to spend a shit ton of money on the mods, but I mean, come on, look at this thing. I mean, look at this beast. The stance. I mean, look at all my ducks, man. People love the beast when they see it. I get so many compliments and people taking pictures. It's flattering. I love it. Excuse me. I think I covered everything, guys. So those are the loves and the hates. Not a whole lot of hates. On this thing. I think I got everything covered. Let me check my handy dandy list, you know, just to make sure I didn't miss anything for you guys. Oh, I did miss one, and we all hate it. That's frickin' stop button. Hate it. I hate it. I think there is a way that you can permanently disconnect it. Someone can let me know in the comments. But it does, you know, gets annoying having to press that button every time you get in it, so the damn thing don't shut off when you stop. I know a lot of people can't stand it, but that's what it is. But yeah, that's one thing I forgot to mention that I don't like, is nobody does. I don't think anybody likes it. And you know what? It doesn't really save me any gas mileage. And honest to God, who is buying these for the gas mileage? You're not gonna get great gas mileage, people. It's a brick on wheels. We all know this. We don't buy them for the gas mileage. Okay, I'm getting 16 and a half, maybe 17 on a good day. But as my buddy Brandon will tell you, it's because I'm a lead foot. He drives like a grandma. Love you, Brandon. Yeah, well, you know, we put that super chip in. It did help. There goes my list. It did help. You know, I was getting like 12 to 13 before we put the fast cal chip in. Now I'm getting 17, but 16 and a half. But you know, guys, again, I'm a lead foot. You know, I drive a little fast. But I know guys are getting, you know, 7. I think my buddy Brandon gets 17. I don't know. He's on 37s, but he drives like a mama. But anyways, all right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the 1 year review. I am really thankful. We're up to 318 subscribers for my little podunk channel. Thank you, guys. That's awesome. And I really enjoy doing these for you. Hey, I have a good time doing it, whether you're, you know, if you fast forward through me, that's fine, but whatever. I still enjoy it, but I hope you get a little bit of information. I hope I've helped you. So hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Let's get some more subscribers out there. But I am truly thankful for all of you guys that have subscribed and watched my little channel here. It really does mean a lot to me. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to let you go for now. You know, keep in mind, I'm kind of busy with this house. I'm going to try to put out some more videos, you know, as soon as I get that hinging system. When I get these lights installed, we'll do a walkthrough. I will put that link to the steps on how to do it in the description. All right, guys, that's it. The 1 year review for the Beast. Love it, love it, love it. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it, guys. All right, until the next time. See you soon.